What is up, guys? See about here. Now, honestly, I'm in a lot of disbelief. I know I'm a little bit late talking about the Bulls and OKC trade, um, about Caruso and Josh Giddey, and really, I had to take time just to think about like what were the Bulls doing. And as I was waiting, I kept on thinking, okay, more information is going to come out. Like, well, it's just gonna be like, yeah, and there's like two first round picks attached to it, or yeah, they're getting another young player, or maybe a second round pick or a first round pick or something. I just kept on waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm trying to look around and see if I can find anything. And no, everybody's saying it's a straight up one for one deal. So the trade officially, Josh Giddey, Alex Caruso, one for one. That is crazy. Simply put, that is crazy. And it took me a little bit to realize like just how crazy that is. Thinking back to just this playoffs, like a month ago in the Dallas versus OKC series. He was getting played off of the court. Josh Giddey was getting played off the court. He couldn't guard. He can't shoot. Like in the playoffs, you cannot play a guard that cannot shoot, and that's what he is. I mean, he showed every now and then, like one game out of like every 10, he'll hit a couple of threes. Then like you'll be like, okay, maybe he can pick it up and get something better than that. But no, I don't see it. And Woj put on his tweet that he has all-star potential. Yeah, he had that coming into the league. What about now? What about now? Everybody has already come to the conclusion he's not going to be an all-star. Like that's not what he's going to be. And oh my, for Alex Caruso, what the Bulls front office like you turned down the trade package at the trade deadline this past season that would have given you picks, young guys, because you said you want to stick with the team and compete. You just traded one of the most like high valued role playing guards straight up for Josh Giddey. I don't understand, man. I really don't. It's definitely a great trade for the Thunder. Great trade for the Thunder. But the Bulls, come on, man. What y'all like? I'm pretty sure Lonzo's coming back this year. You have Kobe White. I would assume him. Where's Josh Giddey fitting into this? I because Kobe White and Lonzo Ball are going to be your primary ball handlers. I would assume can do it a little bit, but I'm assuming with those other two that he's not going to be primary ball handler as much. Josh Giddey is best when he's on ball, and it's just oh man, the Bulls don't have the spacing that the Thunder did. So for somebody that can't shoot, like and is not going to be primary ball handler, it's not a good situation. It's not a good situation. It's horrible. I don't love it. Let's go take a look at the announcements and everything that Woj was saying about it. So here we see that um yeah, oh my gosh. Okay. So they're paying Caruso the rest of his deal, which is gonna be like $20 million this last season. Um they want him to be part of the long-term plan. I'm sure he will be. They're only gonna keep getting better from here. Oh, I straight up is crazy, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't keep talking about this. I don't really have much to say. Bad deal. Bad deal for the Bulls. Of course we have other news. Malik Monk re-signing with the Kings. That's huge for them because I know there's a lot of conversation about Malik Monk maybe walking away and trying to go somewhere else this offseason. So I think that's a great re-sign for the Kings. Maybe keep them playoff contention on these next few seasons just because like I know two the season before this one they really surprised everybody. Like they were like the surprise team and did really well, made it to the playoffs and put up a fight against the Warriors. This season they weren't as good, but Malik Monk is definitely a good re-sign for them. Yeah, this is just let's see. Okay, let's see what this is saying. OKC Sam Presti on trading Josh Giddey to the Bulls. Coming off the bench was hard for him to envision, and conversations turned to him inquiring about potential opportunities elsewhere. Okay, so from this, I'm assuming that it's Josh Giddey was wanting to move because he was coming off the bench. Um, when we drafted Josh in 2021, he was an essential aspect of our vision for the next iteration of the Thunder. Since then, our team has evolved rapidly and dynamically in ways we could have never anticipated. Therefore, as we began our internal discussion of this offseason, it was determined that bringing Josh off the bench next season was our best option to maximize his many talents and deploy our team more efficiently over 48 minutes. I I agree with that. I think the initial thought was to try and obviously have him and Shea play together, and we kind of just saw that that didn't fit Josh Giddey's game the best way, and he often had his best games whenever Shea was like whenever he had injuries and stuff like that. So I think if he were to stay with the Thunder, him coming off the bench would have been the best option. Kind of let him run the team whenever Shea isn't on the court, but obviously he got traded. As we laid out to Josh how we could lean into his strengths and ultimately optimize our current roster and talent, it was hard for him to envision, and conversations turned to him inquiring about potential opportunities elsewhere. As always was the case, Josh demonstrated the utmost professionalism throughout the discussions. Josh has all-star potential, but accessing that in the current construct of the Thunder would not be optimal for the collective. Based on these discussions, we decided to move forward and prioritize what was best for the organization. I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. The Thunder did the right thing. They got the player that's going to help them. Like, Alex Caruso is Swiss Army knife. He can play in pretty much any system, be effective in any system, and he's never going to make your team worse. Like, he only provides value. Um, I don't know. I don't see the vision for the Bulls unless they're going to try and blow everything up, like trade DeRozan, trade Lonzo, trade Zach LaVine, trade Vucevic, and try and build something around Kobe White. And I would assume maybe Patrick Williams is going to be a restricted free agent, so that's going to be interesting seeing how that plays out. But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what other moves they might make this summer. I think everybody's pretty much on the same page of this is very confusing and not really understanding the thought process behind the Bulls' decision. But that's all I have to say. Peace.